Hi guys, my name is Maria and welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to be here. I did not think this was going to happen today. I'm just finally happy that, I'm happy that I'm finally sitting down and able to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, just share my updates because it's already a month postpartum. She was born November 17 and today is December 15, and so much has happened. She's already grown out all her first stages of clothes. I don't want to forget any of this. I want to document it. Like, it's just so much has happened. And I'm just happy that today I'm in a place mentally and physically that I'm ready to talk about it, because I just wasn't like in a good place a few weeks ago. Let's just jump right into her birth story. So she was born on November 17. It was a scheduled C-section, and that day I wasn't nervous. I was very excited. I was just ready to be over with the pain of being pregnant. Little did I know that was the least of like pain. What was pain back then? Anyway, so I was just excited. I couldn't wait to meet her. I wanted to see her. I finally wanted to see her face. I wanted just to hold her. I wanted to start my breastfeeding journey. I wanted to have skin to skin. I was just excited. I wanted all of this to happen. Like, I was ready. And we get to the hospital. We actually got there like on time, considering that there was traffic. So we go right in. We didn't really have to wait. They bring us to a room. They start the whole process. They hooked me up to an IV, and because of my previous pregnancy, my previous C-section 10 years ago, well, no, 11 years ago. He's 11 years old right now. So 11 years ago, I did lose a lot of blood, so they did have to do a blood transfusion. So because I also had the polyhydramnios, I hope I'm saying that right, they had to put another IV, because just in case, from the pressure of the amniotic fluid and because of my past, just in case, they had to right away give me a blood transfusion and not have to interrupt the other IV. They ask you a lot of questions, and then it's finally time to take you to the OR, the operating room. And that is when I started to get nervous. Like, I started to get very shaky, because the thought of I had a very horrible experience with the epidural the last time, that I was just like worried, like, and I started getting shaky. And we walked to the operating room, and everyone there was so nice, and it was just also a very different experience from like the staff from the last pregnancy. The anesthesiologist, she was nice. She was asking me all these questions. She did it. She was, I told her my concerns, and she was like, don't worry, I'm actually gonna be here the whole time. So she's monitoring my blood pressure, my vitals. So that was very, like, I still was nervous. So I'm not gonna be like I was relieved. I still was nervous. I was shaking. But then what made it better, because at this moment my husband's not in the room with me. It's just the nurses and the staff. There was I want to say she was a nurse. I'm not sure, but she was amazing. I don't even remember her name. She was in front of me the whole time, and I was telling her I was scared, because I was just scared that I was gonna jump once they put the epidural. And she was like, she's like, you could hold me, you could squeeze me. And I didn't want to squeeze her, but I was so scared that I was squeezing her. And she was just there the whole time, present when they were doing it. She was relaxing me, so that was amazing. So from the moment they put the epidural, everything started happening very quickly, and I had to lay back very fast before, I guess, everything started to like work. So by the time I finally lay down, I already feel like this very warm sensation all over my legs. And they start prepping everything. They put everything up, the curtains, and you just hear everything's already happening. Everything is in place, and I'm shaking. Like I feel myself shaking. I'm nervous, and I don't like I couldn't control it. It happened. Like, so my husband finally comes in. He sits next to me, and he's a very sarcastic, funny guy. Like, he always has to be joking around, so he likes to make people laugh. And I'm just hearing everything he's saying. So I'm just like, at least that distracted me a little bit. But so my doctor comes in, my OBGYN comes in, and they start the process, and it just happened so fast. And I just remember, like, it was very uncomfortable. It is surgery, and I just felt a lot of pressure. And when she was just saying of how my doctor was saying of how much water was coming out, and that she's like, they were just all saying how much, that it was just a lot of water, not water, amniotic fluid. And then finally they pulled her out. You don't feel the pain, you just feel a lot of pressure. And they finally take her out, and I just remember, like, her face, it was just like she had her lips, like, and her legs were like straight, like they're holding her, and she was just, and then the second I saw her, she just started screaming, and she did not stop screaming until they finally placed her in my husband's arms. And I really did want to have like chest to chest with her at that moment, but understanding everything that was happening, it's a good thing that they didn't put her on my chest at that moment, because I was like, after they pulled her out, I guess they're just scraping everything out, and I just remember that feeling. Like, it felt like it was a metal, like, obviously I don't know, but it just felt like something was inside of me, and it was just, they kept scraping. Like, that's what it felt like it was just like such a weird sensation. And at that moment I start feeling very nauseous, and I didn't throw up, but just saliva kept coming out when I thought I had to throw up. And also I experienced like this, like I had to cough, and when I would go to try to cough, I couldn't cough. So it was just like, and that was freaking me out a little bit. I'm like, why can't I cough? But he's holding her, so I keep looking to my side to see her. And they did take a lot of pictures of nurses there, and I will post them wherever they show up. I was so happy that she was finally here. She was 8 pounds and 7 ounces, and like I said, she still has this very loud, distinct scream. When they finished the surgery, when they sewed me all up, they sent me to the recovery room. She was born at 12:09, and I did not fall asleep. So I just remember that once I went in there, I went on my phone, and she was not on me, she was next to me, like in the little bassinet. My phone, like the videos that I was taking of her from the bed, it shows that it was like 2:17 p.m. And then I was in the room till 5:15 p.m. So they were just waiting for the epidural to wear off for me to be able to wiggle my toes and be able to lift my legs a bit. And that's when they sent me to the room. I didn't get to hold her till like 6 hours later. Yeah, so when at 7 p.m. I was already in the room, they gave me a meal. I didn't eat the whole day because of the C-section, so you were not supposed to eat till the night before. All I was able to have was Gatorade when I was getting to the hospital. I just remember the food that they gave me. So like from the research that I was doing after a C-section, you're not supposed to have a heavy meal, but then I'm not thinking, I'm just like, they're a hospital, these are doctors, they know what they're doing. They gave me like a full course meal of broccoli, which broccoli makes me very gassy. And it was like some type of fish, but it was so good because I was so hungry. And potatoes, and they even have pasta on the side. And it was just like, they give you a lot of food. And I remember I ate it all. Daddy's gonna feed her.
Give me my baby.
I'm like, now you're forced to be
my baby.
Okay, so where was I? The baby woke up. One of the kids came home. So I was at the part where I just finished eating and they're about to put her on me to, no, not they. I asked my husband, can you just please put her on me? Because it was already past 6 hours and I just wanted to do skin to skin because I really, really wanted to do breastfeeding. And he finally puts her. It was just such an amazing feeling having her on my chest. Like, this was just the moment that I envisioned since I found out I was pregnant, of having my baby on me. And she wasn't crying, she fell asleep. She wasn't really like sucking or anything. She wasn't hungry, so she wasn't on my nipple yet. She was just relaxing. They did ask, do you want to breastfeed? Do you want a formula feed? And I said, I want to breastfeed. So they didn't bring any formula into the room. And she started doing the sucking like around 11:17 p.m. So November 17, 11:17. So she was like sucking on her hand. And I was nervous because I didn't know, like, you do all this research and then when it's finally here and there isn't someone to tell you what to do, like, for me, like, I was just like, I don't want to do this wrong, I don't want to mess this up. But finally, like, I just placed her and it wasn't that bad. I put her on and she latched on and she was sucking, and it was just like like, it wasn't painful at that moment. It was just more like, oh my God, like, you're not used to this feeling. That is what kept on happening. Like, every few hours she'll start crying, so then I'll put on the other one. They did remove the catheter that night from when I had her. So maybe it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not sure, but she came in and that experience was very pleasant considering my first experience. She actually removed it. She went into the bathroom with me. She helped me clean myself. I didn't lose that much blood, so that was great. She helped me with they give you like the squirt thing to clean yourself, and she helped me put on my underwear, a pad, took a shower. I was breastfeeding. I was able to walk. I was feeling great. I'm like, this is amazing. And then I know when everything started going wrong. So like, I ate the food and I was extremely bloated. I was not that bad yet. I got bad when one of the nurses recommended, oh, you should wear the belly binder. And I was like, oh, I didn't get that yet. So they brought it in. And so for my second walk, I had the belly binder. I got very gassy and my intestine, I'll put a video that I recorded of how my stomach looked. Like, it was just very lumpy and very bloated and very uncomfortable. Like, and the doctors will come in and then they will press on your stomach, and my stomach was so raw feeling, like tender, that the thought of the touch, I would start crying because just how painful it was. And then it just came to a point that they came in and I think they gave me, I don't know if I'm saying it right, like oxycodone, codeine. They gave me that, and then I would feel better, but then I would get more bloated. And at that time, like, I am still trying to breastfeed, and But then I started getting like pain in my back, like a very sharp pain that when I will breathe, it hurt to breathe. But then I'm still doing breastfeeding. So like this was just something that was continuing. So this is already day 2 of her being born. And I wasn't getting better. I was just feeling worse because now I'm feeling everything. Like there's no more feeling numb. So my nipples are hurting and my body like just, I was having a hard time. Do you want to be in the video to help me remember? He has a little swirl here.
She doesn't like the camera.
Ella se está asustando mirándome. Mira.
Enseña en el video.
¿Qué?
So that's Abuela with the baby.
Look at the baby. Y ese color. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Ya tiene hambre?
Ella comió ahora.
El papá, ay. Mira cómo estaba ella.
I really hope this video isn't all over the place. They just delivered furniture right now. My mom came up. The kids are coming home. I'm gonna finish so extremely lucky that my husband also took family leave as well. I'm gonna try to speed this video along because I'm losing daylight. It's just there were so many interruptions today. This is not the way I wanted this to go, but I'm really determined to get this done. I'm very grateful that he has been home because he took family leave, and in New York they give you up to 12 weeks for the fathers as well to be able to take time off. And this whole entire time, like for this whole month, he has just been so amazing that it's just one of those things that I love him so much. Like, but not only because, you know, he's been with the baby, but because it's just like certain moments in your life when I was on that lowest. Like, he was there and he took good care of me and he took good care of our daughter. But this is another story. But back to like, so when I got home, things just got very hard because at least at the hospital I was able to get out of bed by myself. I would put the bed up with the control. I did not have that option here when we got home. At nighttime I will have to sleep sitting up because for me to get out of bed I would need my husband to pick me up like a baby so that I could get out. I couldn't get out of bed by myself. The sharp pains in my back were like I couldn't breathe, and I could only lay down for a certain period of time before my intestines will start contracting, and it was another type of pain. And then the TMI part, if this isn't all TMI, hemorrhoids. Because let's just add one more thing. So I had a hemorrhoid since my son 11 years ago, but with pregnancy and everything that's going on, like that was the least of my problem. Like I didn't care about a little tiny hemorrhoid, but I guess because of everything that has been happening, like they just came in with vengeance. Like, and this was horrible because when the back pain started to go away, that I was slowly able to like roll to my side to push myself up to be able to get out of bed. I couldn't even I guess it worked out perfectly because now I'm able to get out of bed, because now I can't even sleep sitting up because of how irritated I am down there. They even bought like one of those donuts, but that didn't do anything. That was just uncomfortable. I bought the Tux pads, which is like a little wet with Chazel pad, medicated to help relieve it. That didn't do anything. But by the time I saw my doctor, she gave me some medication to apply there, and that didn't help with making it go away. It just helped relieving it, so that when I would use the bathroom, it wouldn't be so painful. So that's something else that happened, and I feel like I'm skipping a step here. She did lose weight. At this point, she was 7.5 pounds from her birth weight, which was 8 pounds and 7 ounces. I was continuing to pump, but nothing was really coming out. That it came to a point that every time I would be pumping, like it would be like little drops. Nothing was happening. And that by the time that every time I was even power pumping, at this point, like every time I would place the breast pumps, I would be hysterically crying because nothing was happening. And it was just like I'm laughing because I'm not gonna cry right now. Like it was just very hard. Like everything that I thought I was ready for, I was not ready. I love watching YouTube videos of like moms that have their babies. Why would I click on a video of a woman that's sad and not happy? Like you want to see the positive view of things. Why would I have watched my horrible c-section story? Like why would I want to hear like that things didn't go the way that it planned? Like I wanted to be positive. I wanted to say like that would not happen to me. When I would tell my friends that I wanted to breastfeed, they had a very hard experience. I didn't want to hear them tell me this because that's not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that it was going to happen to me. So when it did happen, that I didn't even get as far as they did with breastfeeding, it hit me very hard. I didn't want to talk about it to anyone. So when people would ask me how I was doing, I didn't want to respond. I just was like shutting myself out from so many things because of how sad I was just getting with the way things turned out. Now I'm in such a better place. It's 1 month later. I am recovering. I do believe I have a hernia in my belly button from my intestines. When I went to go see my doctor, when they removed the, what is that? It's not stitches. They had like little patches on my C-section incision. 2 days before, I had like a lifesaver size and shaped thing bulging out of my stomach. But by the time I went to see my doctor, it wasn't there anymore. But then she told me to wear the binder. So I put on the binder, and then the same thing that I experienced in the hospital happened again, and it popped out again, whatever it was that I had a few days before. So that I'm going to mention that to her the next time I see her. I don't know what's going to happen next, but as of now, I am feeling better. I am in a happier place. My husband is still helping me out. The baby is extremely attached to him. As of now, I am healthy. She is healthy. I don't even want to think of I know that would be the next step, like do I need surgery for this hernia? Towards the end of the day, I guess because I am being more active now and I am going on walks and I'm just being more involved with life. My belly button does pop out towards the end of the night. I guess because everything is shifting. But besides that, I do have the burning sensation on my C-section, but that's going to be there for a while. I do remember that from my first pregnancy. My stomach is numb. But besides that, everything else is great. I am so grateful for my healthy, beautiful baby girl. I'm grateful for my husband for helping with everything that he has done, and I think for now I'm going to end it here. I do want to give more updates, my postpartum updates, my baby updates, and I just want to end it with it's okay. And I'm saying this to myself, like it's okay that things went the way that they went. this was just a journey that I went through. I really did want to breastfeed and it just didn't happen for me. Like, everything that I planned didn't happen. Like I'm not even able to baby wear because of how tight it would be on my stomach, and that's something I really wanted to do. My husband is baby wearing. He bought himself this shirt where you put her in and I'm so jealous. I am jealous with that. I really wanted to baby wear because she's so cute. Like I just want to be with her all the time, like, and he's with her all the time. But I'll end it right here. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night. Bye.